Jensen household from the craft room. I'm about to have my coffee. Sorry about the clock. I like the ticking noise. I have clocks in my guest room, and some guests love it, and some guests pull the batteries out. And that's okay with me. I know I've said this before, but what is it about that first sip of coffee? Man. No Metamucil today because yesterday I accidentally took double dose of laxative. So we're going to just forego the Metamucil today. It was really an accident. Jim was kind enough to put meds together for us for the week. And I do 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 laxatives at night. And what happened was I had 2 on Sunday night, which I didn't even realize. No, I had 2 on Monday night, which I didn't realize there was 2 in there. So he was giving me 2 every night. He misunderstood how it was. And I kind of like took them. It's one of those like, oh my gosh, but there's just 2 babies in there. But that's really on me because I didn't check before I put them in my mouth. But, ow, sorry. Good morning. We are busy. Jim is on vacation, as you know. If you're interested, I will tell you, we were planning on going to Las Vegas to visit my family for Easter. Mom and Aunt Sue's cousin moved out to Henderson, which is just like outside of Las Vegas. I think it's like the next city over, part of it. I'm not really sure. It's kind of like, yeah, if you know the area, you know what I'm talking about. So, you know, we were going to like go see Julie, visit the girls. I know Julie was just here with Abby, but I haven't seen Faith or Katie in, I'm not going to cry, in 8 years, which is a long time. Or my brother-in-law, who is hysterical, by the way. It's funny because Jim can be funny. He really can. But he's got a different sense of humor than like all of my in-laws. But all of my in-laws are hysterical people. Like, no joke. Like, get in a room, listen to them just tell jokes. I think it's like a requirement to be married to somebody in our family. You have to have a sense of humor to deal with crazy like this. But yeah, I miss my sisters and stuff too, but I miss my in-laws too because they were just funny. My sister-in-law Liz, she's really funny. My sister-in-law Kathy, John, Joe, they really are. Even my sister's first husband, his also name was Joe. I thought he was very funny. He had a lot of issues too, but he was really funny. So yeah, it is a requirement to be part of this crazy family. Anyhow, I thought I would just come on here and say, hey, what's going on? I am going to be really slow in the comments because we're doing a lot. He has 10 days off, started on Monday. He's off till next Wednesday. And we have like a laundry list of things that we've been not putting off, but we really didn't have the time in a weekend almost, you know? So I'm hoping we'll get to all of them. I'm hoping we'll be able to film most of them for you. We did do some work in the dining room yesterday, and then he wanted to take a break, and him and I have a lot of trouble working together, besides being husband and wife, that we have different ways of thinking, but he works better with like breaks in between. I work better to like get it done and then go sit down. So what we'll do is he'll be doing the part, like we'll do the parts together, and then he'll need a break, and then I'll do whatever I can do by myself, whether it's like, usually it's sit down thing, so it's like stack the napkins or rearrange the plates or whatever it is. Like, I don't know what, depending on the job we're doing. And then he'll come back after his break and we'll work together, and that'll go on. But we got about 80% done yesterday, and he's like, I think we need a break. And I was like, well, my legs kind of were hurting pretty bad. So I was like, yeah, let's go take a break. And then afterwards I was like, he said, just stay half an hour. I'm like, I can't go back to work. So there's just a little bit left. What we're doing is, if you saw the closet makeover, we had these plastic shelves that we put together from Walmart, just like those plastic utility shelves that are like 15 bucks or whatever. And I have not an excessive amount. I don't have as much as Martha Stewart, but I have a lot of serviceware. I like to entertain. I don't do it nearly as much as I would like to because of my current living situation. Actually, it's funny because my other living situation was about the same. When my dad was alive, he didn't really care very much for people in his house. But what we ended up doing, and I think I'm going to share clips with you in like either the vlog or make a video, whatever. We ended up putting them in my dining room. So I have a formal dining room that we never use. I basically use it for decoration and for storage. And I'm kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding. That's exactly what I do. It's sentimental because it's Jim's grandma's furniture. But the room is not really big enough to house all the furniture and to eat and sit in comfortably. Plus, it has carpet because it's part of the guest room. That's a whole nother thing. But we use it for storage, and I have all this serviceware. So I was thinking, you know what? Behind the door, so when you open the door, there's like this whole area behind there, and then we have like a china cabinet and two like they're supposed to be like for DVDs, but I put like wine glasses in there. Like Mom's got these German wine glasses and collectors and wedding glasses from her parents and her wedding glasses and that kind of thing. Our wedding glasses. So behind the door, I had storage. I had this chandelier that I've had since New York that I'm dying to hang up in there, but there's no electrical fixture in the ceiling there. But that's like another hopeful project one day. And then like 2-tiered racks, 3-tiered racks, just basically like, you know, what you would put out like a party tray or when you do high tea and stuff like that. So I have all those things. I have chargers, as you've seen. I've got holiday plates, as you've seen. Some holiday plates get packed away with their holiday decor, but I would like to be able to keep them in the dining room. And here's why. I'll get to that in a second. The why. Remind me to tell you why. So I said, oh, let's take one of those shelves and we'll stick it behind the door. Like nobody sees it unless you're in the middle of the room. Actually, you really don't see it unless you're in the other side of the room looking back. Because usually when you're in the room, the door's open and it's blocked by the door. So let's put that there and it fit perfect. The big one. And I started by putting all of my tiered racks on there. And then I was like, what we're going to do with the other one? And I had ideas to put it outside, but it's very windy here. Like, I didn't realize, I often find my recycling bin in the neighbor's yard. I've lost so many like little hanging flags. That's not even funny. So yeah, it can get really, really windy here. So I was like, you know what? That's plastic. And even if I weighted the shelf down, like put the heavy stuff on the bottom, that top of that shelf could just snap right off and blow away somewhere. So, and probably make more of a mess than it is helpful. So I was like, what can we do with it? And I was like, you know what? I really could use more organized storage in there. When you first walk in the door and if you look straight towards the windows, the corner that's like, okay, I know this is like so backwards that you're seeing this, but when I walk in the room, it's not backwards. Anyway, when I walk in the room and you look straight towards the windows, there's like a little corner there, and I have extra dining room chair. I actually have 5 of the IKEA chairs. One of them is just different legs. So I have the extra dining room chair over there next to the buffet as like display. And on this side of the buffet is the bar cart. But in the corner between the chair and the wall is where I kept like my picnic basket, my extra baskets that used to hang on the wall. It's funny because I'll tell you that too. Remind me 2 things to tell you about the funny basket story. And I forgot the other thing I was supposed to remember you to tell me. You're supposed to remind me. You're supposed to remind me. Anyhow, coffee might help. So I was like, oh, okay, let's take the 2 shelves apart and we'll do like low under the window, sort of 2 separate shelves in the corner. So we did that yesterday, and the intention was to take the stuff that was stored there in the corner and put it on those shelves. However, as my brain was, I remember what it was, as my brain was going, I realized that, and this was the thing that I wanted you to remind me. Now I can't remember the second thing, but I remember the first thing. I wanted my holiday stuff, my holiday plates and decor in the dining room because I love my husband. This is not a complaint at all, but this home has a ladder that maxes out at 220 pounds. I don't go in the attic, and I have to be on his timeline. And if you have been on my channel for a while, you know that in the beginning I used to like decorate for the season, and that's my desire. But like today is currently the Wednesday before Easter, like the Wednesday between Easter, Holy Wednesday, between Easter and Palm Sunday and Easter. Like tomorrow's Holy Thursday, and my Easter decor has not come out of the utility room because I don't really know why. So normally I would decorate for Easter on like the 19th of March because St. Patrick's Day is over. But since I'm on his timeline, I, of course, but what I figured is if I have all of the holiday dining room decor, I can at least do that. Like I can at least set the table for the holiday. I can put out my St. Patrick's Day napkins. Now here's another thing. I don't even think I told you guys this because I didn't share my St. Patrick's Day decor. But I never got my St. Patrick's Day decor down. There's 2 Valentine's Day boxes still in my kitchen. Again, not mad. Just saying this is not the way I like to do things. But since I'm at not the whim, I'm a slave to his body, his schedule, I guess. It's just the way it is. So it's the way it's got to be. So I would like to be able to do what I can. So if I can keep all of the different holiday plates and placemats and like decor like that in the dining room, I can just decorate when I want to and not have to wait for Jim's and his body's schedule. So that was the first thing that I forgot. Now I can't remember the second thing. I'm probably going to go back and watch this in the edits and say, oh yeah, now I remember. But sorry about that. So my brain went to, let's do something different. So I ended up taking like the shelf that was behind the door. I only left one. I have this metal chandelier, which I, again, have been wanting to put on my porch we've lived here for 6 years or so, 6 years. I don't want to put any candles in it. It's like a candelier. I never wanted to put candles in it. I just wanted to hang it. It's very rusty looking. It was rusty. antiqued when I got it, and I bought it new. It was like from a catalog. It was supposed to look antiqued. But then it was in like the flood, and it looks like even more antique now, so I love it. And I wanted to hang that on the porch. Like, I have 2 little chairs, and I wanted to make like a cute thing. That's 6 years ago. And there is just some things, and here's the thing. Okay, there's some things I just cannot do anymore. And it's the thing I tell him all the time is it's so, like, he doesn't have any idea. I think he's starting to have an idea now, but I don't think he really has any idea of how I hate. Like, I don't use that word, and I don't hate anything. And I normally don't hate myself, but I hate this part of myself. I guess this part of aging. I hate that I cannot do these things by myself. Like, literally, it infuriates me because I have the skill and I have the knowledge and I have the, I don't know if you want to say talent. I guess that's what comes with skill. So I have the skill and I have the knowledge. I just don't have the physical capabilities of doing these things anymore. It could be really sad if I let it be really sad, but it's not. I mean, it's just, to me, it just decided to make it upset me. Make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. So I, sorry, my brain just went. So sorry, this was all supposed to be a happy vlog. You guys made me cry. We're not even talking that long ago. We're talking 10 years. Actually, we're talking since we moved in the house. Well, we're talking 5 years, 4 years. Every year it gets progressively worse, and I'm trying so hard to stop it. Diet and exercise. My body hurts so much these days, and I'm like, you just have to keep moving, and it hurts so much to move. And I know so many of you know that. So many of you are in the comments and tell me your stories, and I love hearing from you. I pray for you, and I'm saddened for you. It is that sense of camaraderie that you get, that somebody's in the same boat as you, but when you know that boat is like the Titanic, it's sort of both, you know, you sort of like, if I have to be in the Titanic, I would want to be with somebody, but be alone, if that makes any sense. I feel like maybe it's surviving Titanic. Maybe we're both in the lifeboat. So we're still surviving, we're still living, but we know that things could have been so much worse. I guess that's what I'm saying. I guess that's what I'm saying. You know, it just makes me sad. I'm sorry. But just sad for me. Pity party of one. Pity party of one. Pity party of one. Now I would blame my weight, but I've never had an average thin, normal, chubby, like not even, like I've always been obese, like always. And I mean that, like I'm a rainbow baby. My mother had a stillborn the year before I was born, and I felt like she was so happy for me to be alive that they just kept feeding me the whole time. And obviously I didn't mind that. Really, I say all the time, and the truth is, I know as an adult now, I believe we were malnutritioned and our bodies were in starvation mode because we weren't getting proper nutrition, and they were just, every calorie that it got, it was just storing because, you know, we knew we'd eat once a day, you know, but we didn't know if it was going to be more than that, depending, you know. I guess the current world situation makes me think of all the kids, and I know a lot of schools have stepped up their programs, but a lot of kids do rely on school for food, school lunches for food. Sharon's school district has a program. Not only do they have kids who rely on school lunches, but they take food home for the weekend too. And we know now, not that we weren't aware of it in the 70s and 80s, but we know now, I guess because of kids like me, how important good nutrition is. Sleep and nutrition, all the things that I didn't realize I was missing at the time, because the lousy, terrible food for you can be more filling. So just didn't know. So, but I'm glad that we know now. I'm glad that I could be an example. I actually told Jimmy about wanting to donate my body to science. Where did this vlog go? But I only wanted to donate my body to science with, and I know you can't do this, but I want to tell my story. I want them to know everything about how I slept and how I ate and how I had all of this physical activity, and I was still an obese child. I had tons of physical activity, and we never even talked about swimming. Like, I swam like a fish. I lived a block away from the Bay Beach, and I was there every day during the summers every year. Chubby and wearing a bathing suit and didn't care. When I was going through puberty is probably when I cared the most, because my bathing suit, I was like, you have like a child's bathing suit and then you need a woman's bathing suit. So there was like that between time where we didn't really have a lot of money to invest in it, but we knew that it was coming, sort of thing. So in those in-between times, I would wear a t-shirt over my bathing suit because, I started to develop and my bathing suit wasn't prepared for it, to put it mildly. So anyway, back to the dining room. Actually, it really wasn't about the dining room. It was about the week that Jim's going to be off and how much we're going to be doing. And I'm going to still DIY. But I don't know. Like this morning, I woke up. I have about 45 minutes after I drink my water till I take my medicine. It's sort of, I sometimes just lay in bed and do that, wait for that time to go by. And while laying in bed is usually when I answer comments, but sometimes I have more than 45 minutes worth of comments. Yesterday, today, the day before, I have more than 45 minutes worth of comments. I mean, I have the 2 channels and I do videos every day on the main channel. And can you imagine if I asked for engagement? Like, that's one of the things that I know that will promote my videos. There's a couple of things that I know that will promote my videos. And not that I refuse to do them, but they're not me, and they'll really need some upkeep. And that's the part that I'm, like, hesitant to do. I'm just like, I could do clickbait thumbnails. If you don't know what clickbait is, it's basically like a thumbnail that keeps you guessing, that makes you want to click on the video. Instead, I post my DIY right there on the video, the completed one. I've been doing that since the beginning. The only time I didn't do that was when I did the mystery item with Sarah Jane, because I didn't want to give it away, because that was the purpose of that video. But otherwise, yeah, I post right on the front thumbnail what my DIY is going to look like when it's done. And I know that there's certain things, like I can do that. I know that if I only post 2 or 3 times a week, then that will make my channel grow more. There is this algorithm to it. But I hate thinking that I wouldn't talk to you guys every day, so I should make everybody over there subscribe over here so I can do like videos over there 3 times a week. So the algorithm says that, and I'll do videos over here the other 4 days a week. So the algorithm says that, and oh my God, maybe that'll work. Anyhow, let's come back around. So we do have a lot of projects for the week planned. I still didn't remember the second thing I told you guys to remind me, but I won't tell you that. I don't. I'm sorry. I'm just rolling. Nope, can't remember. I want you to know that I appreciate you all. I really do. I appreciate you being here for me to just sit and talk to you. It's like therapy. It's laughing, crying therapy. And I appreciate all of the love that you guys show me in the comments and with your likes, and you share with me over on Instagram or on Facebook. And I realize I'm vlogging this whole time without my headphones, so I don't know what the sound quality is going to be like. Sorry about that. They're here. They're here. I just didn't put them in. Oh my. Oh well. I'm going to go. Thank you. How long is that? Oh my goodness, that's a long vlog. Sorry. Thank you all for joining us. Don't forget to stick around to the other. Jump over the other channel when you can. We got lots of stuff coming there too, because people have time right now. So, as always, you guys take care. God bless. I'll see you next time. Bye.